Hello everybody, this is Spark Car Reviews. We are joined here with Luke, the owner of this wonderful 2018 Subaru WRX. We'll just give you a quick little walk around of the cars. This is a limited version of the WRX, so that means it comes standard with 18-inch rims, 245 tires in the front and rear. With it being a limited, that means we get LED headlights that turn when you turn the steering wheel, which is quite a nice feature. On the 2018 version, they actually updated the front fascia right here to look more aggressive than the predecessor. But yeah, I mean, it's a great car. It's got a pretty nice tone to the exhaust here. Should note it has a 268 horsepower, so it gets up and goes. This one specifically has nice leather seats. If you were to have the premium version of the WRX, you do have the option to get a sport package, which gives you red calipers, and then you can also get the Recaro seats. But honestly, for what this car is, and depending on what you want to do with it, I think that these leather is the way to go, just because they're going to be a little bit more comfortable. Those Recaro really, I mean, it'll hold you in there, but it just can kind of get uncomfortable. We'll come in the back here. I mean, lots of room for this class car, you know, being a 4-door or 5-door, whatever you want to classify it as. So, I mean, last thing we can do here is just hop on in and give it a drive. One thing to note about this one, it is a CVT, which is important to note because this was an option when buying this car. It came as standard with a manual. Otherwise, you could option in this sport CVT. So let's get going. When driving here, you're gonna have a lot of different settings, which is nice. You know, individual and then sport. So now it's in manual. One thing that surprises me about the CVT is that the responsiveness of the shifts, I know it's simulating the shifts, but it's like very, very quick. The car sounds great, handles really well. It's got active torque vectoring with their symmetrical all-wheel drive system that is in this car, and it is just an absolute blast to drive. One thing that's cool to note is that up here there's a bunch of different settings. So we've got one that'll show us how much boost. Take a ride. So like, see here, I'm clicking the shift button, it's instant. One thing you could do is put like a blow-off valve on here or a different air intake, and you'd hear it a little bit more. You know what though, what I will say about the brakes here is the brake feel is amazing. I was a little worried going into some of these corners that when I press down on the brake like that, I wouldn't, because the brake feels it's a little hard, I will say. But once you really push into it, like, the brakes actually work really, really quite well. And again, yeah, you can downshift and come into the corners here, and yeah, you can hear the turbo. Yeah, it's a great sounding car. Lane departure. Yeah, so it's got lane departure assist. I wonder if we can turn that off. I'm not sure.
It is off. It just notified you that you're leaving the lane. If you want it on, you'll click this button right here.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
And then it'll assist you back into the lane.
Like manual, like oh, I see. Yeah, it's kind of like almost driving itself. That's very strange.
You gotta swear you're heavy turning.
All right, so let's see. I mean, the suspension in this car is slightly stiff, but it's exactly what you would expect. Yeah, wow, this is very mean, the shifts do feel a little weird because it's a CVT. Really, I think these CVTs do best when they just rev up and they just give you the power the entire time, but being the car that it is, it would sound a little weird. And I mean, to pick one of these up, a used Subaru WRX for $18,000, good condition. I mean, I would say it's 100% worth it over buying a new 2024 WRX. Because those are going for like $40,000, which I personally think is a little absurd. And really, how much more car are you getting for an extra $22,000 over a you know, a 6-year-old car, but a very nice 6-year-old car, and a good-looking 6-year-old car too. I mean, one could say that the new 2024 WRX is not a good-looking car, which I would agree it is not as good-looking as this car. One thing I think is also pretty interesting with that performance package in the premium, for weight reductions, they get rid of the sunroof, which is, I mean, I would look at it as a negative unless you're really going to track the car, but
As an everyday car.
yeah, how many people actually track these cars? At least, I just don't think that many. I mean, I know people do. I know people love to track these cars, but I just do not think the weight savings of, all I'll say is a very specific group of people who would be really benefiting from the weight savings of not having a sunroof. But that's my own personal take. I know people in the comments might rip me to shreds for that, but it's just how I feel.
And they gotta remove all this.
Yeah, they do. So we can bomb it even faster. Honestly, what we need to do is create like a rustic road like race. Like, see which car that we review can go the fastest on the rustic road. Down below in the comments, please let us know if you'd like to see that.
We gather just a bunch of people and place each person at each turn the radio in.
Yep.
The turn is clear.
Yeah. They're gonna like dive. It'll be like the Group B rallies, but in Wisconsin. I wonder what that red was. That went straight up. That could have been somebody's driveway, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, the feel in this wheel is amazing. I feel very connected with the car. Like, I'm very impressed.
Oh, there you go. The blue
Yeah.
lights.
I think if I was to buy this car, personally, I would definitely get the limited version. I think the limited, I mean, it is the highest trim of the WRX, but in every way, it's just better.
Let's see. If we change the color.
Oh yeah, because you can see, you've got the lighting down there. Will it change?
Red.
No. I wonder if there's another button to do it. You know, I think Subaru's done a very nice job with this CVT transmission, just with how they've like tuned it out, so it actually feels like you're driving a regular transmission car. This will conclude our review of this awesome Subaru WRX. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please like, comment, subscribe. And if you've got a car you'd like me to review, just email me in the email on my channel. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.